Hello, and welcome to the first and possibly only podcast of which I have no idea what to call. Jesus Christ, that grammar was awful. I just started recording. I saw the word podcast on Instagram, and I was like, oh, I should do that. But I don't know what I'm going to call it. Anyway, I'm just sitting in my car. I'm about to roll a joint and drink a beer. And then a little bit later, in a couple of hours, I'm going to be going to a couple open mics and doing some fucking comedy. It's going to be really great. I got bit by a dog a couple days ago, and I'm not going to the hospital for it. And everyone's telling me I should go to the hospital for it and get like a tetanus shot and shit. But I'm not going to fucking do that. Because they're going to put this dog down. I like the dog, so I'm not going to deal with all that. I'm not going to deal with all that hoopla. I'm just going to lose my arm if it comes to it. And honestly, I think that if I do lose my arm, I was thinking about it today, I probably would help my comedy career. I could at least get a couple one-liners out there, like, hey, I had to buy my spot at this show. It cost me an arm and a leg. Oh, shit. I might just cut my fucking arm off right now. See what happens. Yeah, I got bit by a fucking dog pretty bad. I don't know if you've ever been bit by a dog, but super cool. Super cool. Super fucking cool. And my skin is like bubbling up because he like pulled on it and like sucked a bunch of air into like the hole that his teeth made, and it caused my skin to like bubble up with like fluid and stuff. Hopefully you guys aren't listening to this while you're eating. Hopefully you're listening to it while you're driving, in which case, please close your eyes and hit the gas. Just kidding, don't do that. Saying that for legal purposes. I don't know if I'm supposed to. I don't know what the law is if I say you should crash your fucking car into a tree and then someone crashed their car into a tree. Is that my fault? Who knows? But I'm just sitting here at my girlfriend's house. Waiting for her to get home from work. And, I don't know the fucking date today. I feel like I should tell you what the date is. What's the date? What is it, like the 22nd or something? It's Thursday. At some point in October, I believe is the month we're in right now. It's about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And, fuck all you guys, because I did not prepare anything to talk about. I honestly don't even know what the fuck is going on in the news, so I can't really speak about anything like that, too. I know Kamala Harris is, like, running for president or something, and so is Donald Trump. I don't fucking like either of them, to be honest. Everyone's like, well, Trump is worse. I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't like any politician. I'd rather just not fucking vote. Well, if you don't vote, then you're just giving a vote to the other side. I'm like, well, I'm not on a side, so I'm not really giving a vote to any fucking side. My personal opinion is that it's all bullshit just to distract us. They there's no fucking way they don't pick who's going to be president and then put on this whole show. And even if they don't, like, the president fucking doesn't do shit. And I'm just saying that because that's what other people have said. I don't have any actual, like, information to back that up because I'm a fucking idiot. But, it seems believable that the president really doesn't do shit. God damn it, I'm just sitting in my car fucking talking to myself like a crazy person. What the hell has happened to me? What happened to me in my life? I used to have potential. Maybe I shouldn't have done all that fucking blah. Whoa! Shit! We got a joint. We got a motherfucking joint, bitch. It smells like shit. I grew this weed myself. It's got like bugs in it and stuff. I'm gonna smoke it anyway. I like it. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck! Oh my god. So, fuck. I guess if I do end up releasing this, which I highly doubt I will, but if I do end up releasing this, and which is a small chance, and an even smaller chance that someone is still listening up until this point. If you are listening to this up until this point, first of all, I love you. Thank you. I care about you, and I will suck your dick if you contact me like sometime soon, and say you listen to the podcast. I'll come over and I'll give you the old Haktua. But if you have listened up to this point, I'm just going to ask that you send in some questions, and I'll answer them on the next podcast. And if I get a single response, I'll make another podcast. And if I don't get any response, I'm going to fucking kill myself. I'm just kidding. That's not funny, Josh. Suicide is not funny. Well, sometimes. Hitler's suicide, I think we can all agree that probably was something that we can laugh about, right? I mean, it was Hitler. Pretty sure. I think we're all on the same page that it was a good thing that he's dead. Shit, this shit's getting dark. I don't even know if I'm fucking 2 minutes in. I'm already talking about Adolf Hitler. My favorite. Adolf Hitler, my fucking boy. My boy. A.H. I never thought about that. Adolf Hitler's initials are A.H. It's Ah. Ah. Maybe that's why he's so mad. What are your initials? Ah. Alright, let me smoke this joint. I feel like it's gonna make me say shit that's not so fucking stupid. If I drink and smoke enough, I'll start speaking fucking the most interesting shit you've ever heard in your life. You won't be able to stop listening. You'll be like, oh my god, is he just so interesting, or is he just high and drunk? Both. Both, ladies and gentlemen. So, I've been thinking about just losing my mind completely and just imagining and like living like kind of like a method actor completely gets into their character and tells themselves that they are that character. I'm just gonna tell myself that I'm a fucking billionaire bachelor with a huge cock. I'm like 6'3". I'm gonna start telling everybody that. And if they say anything, I'll be like, well, that's how I identify. So you're gonna have to like deal with it. I'm gonna say I'm black too. I'm gonna say I'm a 6'3" black billionaire with a giant cock. You know, on second thought, I'm gonna take that back. I want to be light skinned. I want to be like maybe like half black, half like Spanish or like something like that. Something cool. I want to be able to speak Spanish angrily when I get mad. That's my goal in life. That's been my goal since I was a little kid. To be black. I gotta light this joint, so I'll be quiet for a second. And while I'm quiet, you guys can think about what you've done. What the fuck is happening in the news right now that I can talk about? I don't even watch the goddamn news. Fucking Lizzo's fat. What else? Fucking, God damn it. Oh, Jesus. I can open the fucking... Jesus Christ. No, Jesus. Air this bitch out. Anyway, I went to the, like I was saying before, I went to the fucking hospital, I went to urgent care, which I hate. I fucking hate urgent care. And people get mad when I say this. This may be a hot take. I don't give a fuck. Urgent care is a bunch of rented doctors. They're like half doctors. And they're like, no, they're real doctors. Yeah, well, obviously they're real doctors, but they're the shitty ones that can't work in real hospitals. I don't know if that's true, but that's how it feels. Because I've been there a couple times, and it fucking sucks. And they all suck, and they're all pissed off. Because no one respects them, because they work at fucking Walmart Medical Center. These fucking pieces of shit. I walk into the clinic. There's nobody in there. It's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. On a fucking Wednesday. And I go in, and the lady goes, oh, sighs. And I'm like, oh my God. I know how this is. Like, I know these type of people. I know how this is going to go. And she's the receptionist, so obviously she just doesn't want to do her job. She's like, oh my God, oh, you're going to have to be last because we've been so busy today. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. I wouldn't have thought there's nobody in here. She's like, yeah, but it's just been an all-day thing. I'm like, okay. She's like, you have to sign up over there. So instead of just being like, whatever happened to like fucking people just like interacting with each other, like people, like human connections, that shit doesn't happen anymore. I'm in a room. There's 2 people in a room. She's not doing shit. She's on her phone. She goes, you have to sign in over there, which is fine. I go and I touch this iPad, the only screen right in front of the door that every single person that's coming to this fucking clinic has had to sign in on with their disgusting ass fingers. God knows what the fuck kind of diseases they're going in there with. And we all have to touch the fucking same screen. So I touch that screen. I probably have tetanus from that. And then I go over the lady and she tells me, oh, if you don't... So I told her I didn't want to report the dog, because the dog is... Because the dog is my dog. And I don't... Not my dog, but... I'm close with the dog. We sleep together a lot, not sexually. Like, the dog just sleeps in my bed. And, you know, I'm very close with this animal. Jesus Christ, it's smoky in here, but I don't want to open the door because I don't want my girlfriend's dad to hear me, like, rambling in my car by myself like an insane person. I'm just going to air it out like this. Ugh. All right. So I'm close to the dog. I don't want to fucking report him. She tells me you have to report him or you have to go get tetanus shots and shit. I'm not going to go get fucking tetanus shots and, like, rabies shots. And they, like, stab you in the ass and fucking abdomen, like, the asshole and shit. Like, it's not fun. I've never experienced it, but I'd rather just not experience it. I'd like to just avoid shots. They told me I can't just get seen and get treated. And, you know, I put some thought into it. I understand that it's because, you know, you're not allowed to just, like, buy penicillin, which is, I think is stupid. I think it's very stupid. I understand it's because people abused penicillin in the 80s when everyone was, like, doing blow and having orgies and shit. But that's not really fucking happening anymore, first of all. And second of all, it's an extremely important antibiotic. Why the fuck can't we just buy it? So I can't get penicillin for potentially having an infection. I don't think I do, but, like, on the small chance that I do, I'm gonna fucking die. And I haven't gone to the hospital, so I'm gonna ignore it. So this might be the last fucking recording you hear of me. But, I can't just go in and see a fucking doctor? Isn't this the goddamn United States of a fucking America? What the fuck happened? Why can't I just go in and talk to a fucking doctor? Sorry, I don't mean to get so fucking mad, but it makes me fucking crazy. Like, why does I would have to jump through all these goddamn hoops? I obviously have a fucking dog bite on my arm. I'm not coming in here to get penicillin because my dick's itching. I have a fucking dog bite on my arm. And my dick's itching. So why the fuck can't I get penicillin? Why can't I just see the doctor and have him be like, oh, you're fine. Smack me on the arm and be like, go to bed. That's fine. But to at least be able to go to bed, like, to rest easy knowing that I don't have, like, some crazy fucking infection going on in my blood that's going to eventually kill me. Or, like, I'm going to have to lose one of my limbs or something. Because I don't want to report this dog and have him get put down because, like, you know, he's an aggressive dog. I understand that, but, like, I know he's going to fucking bite me. Like, it's not necessarily his fault. It's not necessarily my fault either, but, like, I was aware I was in a situation where I could potentially get bit. And I was just trying to, like, control the dog. So I'm not fucking blaming anybody. You know, if anything, it is my fault. But, like, I certainly didn't fucking, like, start the fight. This little motherfucker's just a bad dog. But I love the dog. I don't want to fucking report him. I want to put him down. Point is, this is my fucking take. If you're going to take anything out of this fucking podcast, I hope to God one of the fucking Supreme Court judges is just happening to be listening to this right now. And if you are, ma'am or sir, or whatever the fuck you are nowadays, if you are listening, help me with this. We have a right to penicillin. We should be able to get antibiotics regardless of why we fucking need them. Who cares if I just want to fucking get rid of my fucking STDs after having an orgy? Who cares? Who the fuck cares? Nobody's getting high off this shit, as far as I know. Maybe they are. Maybe I'm a fucking idiot. If I am an idiot, I'm sorry. Fuck, I'm starting to think that maybe I am. Can you get high on penicillin? Am I fucking stupid? No. Am I fucking stupid? I don't ever look anything up. And if I do, I don't remember. It's impossible for me to retain any information. It's really bad. And that's why I'm like, in the moment, I'm good. In the moment, I can figure things out. That's why I think I'd be a good comedian. Then I get on stage, and the second I get heckled, I start fucking pissing myself. That's when I'd be like, excuse me, ma'am, this is my time. This is my time to be talking. And you're not supposed to talk at me. I had this lady at a show in fucking New York. Before you get excited, it was a bringer show. Which basically means that anybody could have done this, even if you're not a comedian. You literally could have just gone there and, like, wasted every fucking time if you wanted to. But, it was a bringer show the Broadway Comedy Club in New York. First place I ever fucking saw comedy was that comedy club. Anyway, it was, like, 1 a.m, and I had just done a set downstairs with, like, a pretty mixed crowd of, like, a bunch of different people from, like, all over the place, and it went pretty well. And then I panicked because I thought I was doing the same room, and it was the same crowd when I looked back in there. And I was like, am I going back up? Like, I was confused. And so I went to change my set and, like, panicked. And then they told me I was upstairs. And I went upstairs. Like, I had no idea who to talk to. I just kind of, like, showed up there. And I go into the room. It's, like, 12:45, 12:50, something like that. I got close to 1 o'clock in the morning. And I go up on stage. And this is the first time I've ever done like a fully black room. Like there was a single white chick in the front row, and I bombed pretty fucking hard, not super hard, but pretty fucking hard, probably harder than I've ever bombed, and she was like clapping and like supporting me in the front row, and it was pretty fucking funny. Like I found it pretty funny in the moment. I did have a good time, even though I was bombing. It was just painful because I went up there, and I said some stupid joke I used to do, which is like, "Oh, I'm really sad because I broke up with this girl before this, but it's okay. She said she wanted to stay cousins." And when I tell that in front of a bunch of old fucking white people, they're like, "Oh my god, that's so clever." But then I did that there, and they all looked like they wanted to fucking kill me, and which is fine because I wasn't funny, and to be fair, I was like the 5th fucking white dude in glasses that went up there, you know, and tried to do really stupid material, and I had no energy. And it was like 1 a.m. It was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do, you know? But I went up there, and they all fucking hated me. And then I did this joke where I said that I asked my girlfriend to lose a few pounds, but she said she wanted to keep the kid. And this lady in the back goes, "Well, if she was overweight in the first place, why'd you start dating her?" Or if you knew she was overweight, why'd you start dating in the first place? I said, "Bitch, get the fuck out of here." No, I didn't say that. Get the shit kicked out of me. It was this fat African-American woman. I like how I said fat and then said African-American as if it was already not, as if it wasn't already offensive. The fact that I said she was fat. Let me rephrase it. Give me another chance here. She was a more than slightly overweight, strong, independent, beautiful black woman that heckled me from the back. She said, why'd you start dating in the first place if you knew she was fat? And so I kind of started explaining to her, like, you know, you're in a comedy club, and that's called a joke, and a joke has a setup and a punchline. The setup was this, and the punchline was this. And people started laughing at that. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, they're actually laughing. Like, they laughed a little bit at some of the stuff that I said before, but, like, it wasn't that bad. Like, I saved myself a little bit. Like, it wasn't, like, a get the fuck off the stage kind of thing. But it was pretty bad. And I started doing that, and then I got the crowd back, and they started laughing because I started going in on this woman, and then I just kept going with it, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing because I'm an idiot, and I have not been doing comedy long enough to, like, actually do a show, which is why I have to do bringer shows. And if I actually did get a book for a show, I feel bad for who the fuck books me because probably shouldn't be saying this on a podcast. I'm actually a great fucking comedian. Forget about that. Doesn't matter that I've only been doing it for so long. I'm super experienced. Anyway, long story short, I got heckled a couple times in that audience, and it worked out okay. I did pretty shitty, but I felt like I did really shitty at the time. I didn't really think about it. Even though people were laughing, I wasn't really thinking about that. I was just thinking about you don't really think about the laughing at that point. You think about every time your joke bombs, and a lot of my jokes bombed. And so I walked off stage, and I just looked at the person that was the host of the show, and I said, sorry, and I just walked right out of the building, and just got in my car, and drove from New York City all the way the fuck back to Massachusetts. Holy shit. If you're still listening to this, you gotta be out of your fucking mind. I don't even want to listen to myself talk anymore. Like, I'll record myself talking like this and listen to it and be like, holy shit. How is my girlfriend, how have my friends, how have the people that, like, are around me and have to listen to me talk every day, how have they not just fucking thrown themselves off a cliff? Like, slammed their heads into the wall until they can't hear anymore. Just, like, dumped fucking liquid nitrogen into their ear holes and fucking burned their fucking ears for the sweet relief of never having to hear my stupid fucking nasally voice again. Fuck you. I'm fucking beautiful. You cunt. And I'm allowed to say cunt because I identify as a woman sometimes. I can say whatever the fuck I want. Honestly, I'm hoping that society, I've been getting mad. You know, people get mad like, oh, society's going to shit right now. Everyone's acting crazy. I'm hoping it goes more to shit because then I feel like we can all just do whatever the fuck we want all the time, which I don't think is how society should be run. But I'd be totally okay with that. Like, I just drive down the street with an AK-47. I'd be like, I don't like that sign. Take that fucking bitch out. Maybe smoking and drinking is not helping me talk more. I feel like I'm just getting more amped up and saying stupider shit. What else can I fucking talk about? I'm in a Kia right now. My Kia's a piece of shit. I fucking drove it into a guardrail because I was, like, on my phone. And I don't remember if I was on my phone or smoking. And then I came home and told my girlfriend's dad. He came out, like, what the fuck happened? I was like, I don't remember. I don't know. Instead of just being like I was on my phone or I was smoking or saying either one of them, just picking one. I didn't know, and Joe was trying to be honest by saying I don't know. Because I didn't know if I was smoking or if I was on my phone. I don't remember. Because and people say, what? How do you not remember? It felt like I just went off the road. It didn't feel like I hit anything. There was no ba-boom. Like, there was just, like, the ba-boom of me going off the road and, like, going onto the dirt. And I was like, oh, shit, fuck. I skirted off the road a little bit. But then I got home and looked at my car, and I was like, holy shit, I fucked it up. And I didn't know if I was smoking or if I was on my phone because I was doing both of those extremely dangerous things while I was driving down a windy road. Maybe I shouldn't do this fucking podcast because I seem to be nearing revealing a lot of very incriminating information, especially about my driving. I can't tell you everything I do when I drive. But, hold up. Yo, what's up, Dylan? You going to work? You going to work? No. You want to be on my podcast? You want to be on my podcast?
What podcast?
I don't know. I just saw, I was like on Instagram and everyone's always got a podcast. I was like, fucking, I'm just going to start recording myself talking.
Yep.
And maybe just release it. I mean, even if it's shitty, the likelihood that more than one person's going to listen to it, even like 5 minutes through.
I'd fucking listen to it.
Thanks, Dylan.
Okay, what's it on Instagram?
I don't know.
Oh.
I just started making it. I haven't thought of a name for it. So far, it's pretty terrible. I'm just rambling about shit.
No, it's like on Instagram.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna post it on Instagram. Yeah. Here, come say a couple words.
Yeah.
Bring over a Nickel Bob. I already got my own beer. You don't have to bring me one. So this is my sister's, not my sister. Holy shit, that'd be weird. My fucking girlfriend's brother. He's the king of Nickel Bobs. Drinks a lot of Nickel Bobs. Could basically turn wine into Michelob Ultra. Similar to how Jesus turned water into wine. If you give him wine, it'll just suddenly turn into Michelob Ultra. Oh, you're hopping in this bitch? Get in here. Get the fuck in here.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I got a lot of...
Your car's fucked.
I know, it's fucking bad.
You got hella Bud Lights in there, damn. Hopefully don't get pulled over.
All right. Well, I had a nice interview with my girlfriend's brother. But I kind of forgot that we were recording the entire thing. So I'm going to talk over this part. And hopefully it lasts long enough to talk over some of the things that I was talking about. Because I don't know if the public is ready to know the information that I know. It's very delicate information. Now, basically, I just trash on a bunch of people, and I don't want them to hear this. I say a lot of fucked up opinions. That's going to be the secret podcast. That's going to be the Patreon if I can figure out how to use that. I can't even figure out how to make another fucking Instagram account, let alone, like, get my shit on Spotify. So I don't even know why I'm making a podcast. Seems kind of pointless. You know. But there's a lot of talking between me and Dylan, so I'll just put that back on in a little bit. I have to talk until then, though. So I'm going to put my phone on my dog because I'm laying next to my dog right now. He's sleeping. I'm going to see if maybe, like, you can pick up his, like, organs moving and shit. And maybe you hear that in the podcast. Add a little bit of spice to it. Yep, folks, you can guess what I'm doing right now. I'm smoking and drinking. Just kidding. I'm smoking air and I'm drinking water. Because I've been healthy lately. This is actually far in the future from where the podcasts have been taking place. It pretty much ended around what's that fucking holiday called? Halloween, which is a long ass time ago because it's like December now. But you'll see at the end, like I talk about like everything. I think the election happens at some point in the podcast. So if you want to keep listening, I mean, like if you're down to keep listening, you hear a lot of days go by in the very long podcast. You hear a lot of days go by. It started with the election hadn't happened yet, and then, well, the election did happen. Though it's not very exciting because you all know the result of the election at this point. But I'm still going to release it, and maybe it'll be exciting for you. So keep listening to the very long podcast, brought to you by me not going to college and now having to be a comedian to entertain myself and make myself feel like my life is worth living. Because making people laugh is fun, and working is not fun. That's why I have to work in the kitchen. I think I already talked about this in the podcast, but like literally the only place I can ever work is a kitchen. Because it's the only place where I feel like I can kind of like make jokes and stuff. You know, a lot of places you can't joke around in a kitchen. It's like hard work, but it like pays off because it's satisfying. And it also is fun to make people laugh. It's 9:22 a.m., ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my lord. Okay, I am smoking. But I am drinking water. I'm not drinking beer. Not yet. Wow. If anyone is still listening, you probably have serious psychological problems. You need to see a doctor immediately. Oh, my lord. Wow. And I left my fucking key. I'll talk about that on the next podcast, because I'm about to make another podcast after this. I'm just fixing up this one. Making sure I didn't say anything racist in it. But, I left my fucking key in my girlfriend's wallet this morning, her bag, because it was falling out of my pants, and I put it in there last night. She fucking went to work, and then called me and was like, oh, your key's in my bag. I'm like, sweet. So now I'm stuck at the house. And then it's freezing cold outside, so I can't even do the very long podcast in my car. But I'm going to throw a coat on it and do it, because you know what? I'm a fucking trooper. And I know how much this means to all the listeners that don't exist yet. But they will. They say if you build it, they will come. And that's all I want. I just want you guys to come. I just want you guys to come. You know, that's pretty much the end of it.
Yeah, there's an audience for fucking everything.
Well said, Dylan. We talked about some shit, and we kept talking, and then something happened. Something happened to the recording again. You're ugly. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna smoke another bong rip for the podcast. For all the people that are like, ooh, I love listening to comedians. Dare I even call myself a comedian? I love listening to people who I don't know, who nobody really knows, taking bong rips at 9:40 in the morning. And I can't even take a fucking bong rip because I don't have a goddamn money. My life is a fucking nightmare. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have any great advice for you. I don't have anything that you're going to get from this podcast, but what I can tell you is, time's up. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. You're just pissed off.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that is bullshit.
All right, Dylan, what do you have to say for the podcast? Because I've just been rambling, and I feel like anybody that has an IQ fucking...
Yeah.
Over 100.
Over 100.
Over 100.
Yep.
will not be fucking listening up to this point. So we got to give some interesting information to keep the ones that are still listening.
Yeah.
We have to give some interesting info. I was trying to think of like news and shit, but I can't think of any fucking news because I'm an idiot and I don't watch the news.
Yeah. Fucking North Korea's doing some shit.
What are they doing?
Apparently North Korea's doing some shit. North Korea's going to Russia or something like that.
They're going and...
Yeah. North Korea was going to Russia for some reason. I think
no.
for Ukraine or something. Yeah.
Oh, no, dude.
Yeah, that's a bad...
North Korea is like Russia's baby.
Yeah, no, exactly. Oh, really? I thought it was maybe it was the other way around.
No.
Oh, really?
North Korea, I mean, like, the USSR, like, the reason North Korea is the way it is heavily influenced by the USSR. I don't know, but I might be wrong. Is the USSR? The Soviet Union.
Yeah.
One of the... They might be the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
I'm not like, I don't claim to be a history buff, but I know that I did watch a video about how North Korea kind of came from, like, it didn't come from it, but, like, there was leaders there that conversed with the Soviet Union and kind of, like, they've been allies for a long time.
Yeah, they were like buddies, yeah.
Yeah, they're like buddies.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which worries me because it's like, Kim Jong-un wants nukes.
They already have nukes.
They have nukes, but, like, Russia probably has better nukes and more nukes.
Yeah, better, but...
They might be like, hey, why don't you send a couple nukes at the West, because I know you want to do that. And we won't do it, but we'll back you if they decide to retaliate. In which case, no one's going to be listening to this fucking podcast.
True.
Fucking dying.
True.
Cheers. I wanted to videotape this too.
Cheers. Probably good.
Yeah, I just this is a spontaneous thing. This is gonna be episode 0.5 or 0.2 or whatever. You know.
The demo. the demo tapes.
I gotta do some Dylan interviews, right?
The demo.
So Dylan
demo tapes.
Dylan is a Dylan, you're a
Yeah. You need like a script. That's what you fucking need.
Fuck that.
You gotta write like a fucking I'm
gonna write a list of like talking points in case like there's lulls and stuff.
Exactly.
And I want like people to send questions in that I can answer.
Exactly.
But I'll ask you some questions about
Oh, it's Dicky
Dylan.
Yo, what's up?
Hello, Kayla.
Oh god.
Hi.
I can't sit in here much longer.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Is it the smoke?
Yeah.
Are you getting stoned?
Josh, what are you doing?
No.
I'm making a podcast.
No, yeah, true.
You want to, Kayla, you want to be on the podcast?
What?
You want to be on the podcast?
Fuck.
Come take Dylan's space because he's going to have a panic attack if I keep smoking in front of him. I'm sorry. I thought the open door
It was blowing that way, and then as soon as Kayla showed up,
it started blowing that way.
It's okay, Dylan. You can still stand here.
Yeah, true.
I was about to interview
over
you
here.
about the pizza delivery. All right, let me just do one pizza delivery question. You got,
Pizza delivery
What is
question,
that?
yeah.
No, not that.
Ask me anything.
okay, you got to speak.
I had a pretty weird night last night. It was like, I think my latest order took like an hour 45 fucking minutes. So like I was like, the routes were so weird.
He would be great on a podcast.
The routes were so weird that
He was
like
already pretty good.
there was Lunenburg and there was Greenville, so I had to like fucking like go all over the fucking map and like
You
I
did
got,
like the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah. So I had to make a fucking triangle, and so this guy got an hour 45, this guy got an hour 45, this guy got an hour 45, and they just started calling like crazy.
That's crazy.
That sucks.
It was not fun.
I should have fucking worked on it.
And there
Were
like,
you alone?
Yeah, and there were 7 orders that came between like 2 hours, like from 7 because we're open from 11 to 9, and from 7 to 9, like I up until 7 o'clock I had 7 orders, and then I finished with 14. So from 7
to 9, you got 7 orders.
I got 7 orders between that, and I was like sitting all day doing fucking nothing.
Is this on right now? Is it recording?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dylan,
The Josh Rogan special. Yeah.
that was pretty good pizza store, I think.
It's all right. It's alright.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, it's alright.
Made money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I made the money. No, I just went to the fucking bank today. You know, got to pay for my new truckie somehow. You know.
You gonna get a new truck?
No, like
No,
this
no.
guy.
I just
Red.
That's not a
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I was
Sydney.
like-
Sydney?
Cindy.
Cindy.
Yeah,
That's the name.
Cindy. Yeah.
That's my friend Tim's mom's name. That's funny.
Oh really? Yeah, like a bitch name or something. Cindy sounds like a bitch name, you know. But
That does sound like a fucking bitch. Yeah. So Kayla, you are a waitress or a hostess or something.
I don't even know what I am.
Carry,
I am the
carry trays once a week
like a lunch like
at a restaurant that I
lunch
also
lady
work at.
kind of shit.
Yes.
But I work like a normal person, and you work one day.
I work one day, but I do bitch work. I'm the waitress's bitch. That's the best way to explain it. I love my job. I love the waitresses.
Like a busboy or something?
Yeah, kind
Pretty
of.
much.
Yeah, busboy.
I deliver all the soups. I carry back all the dirty soups. I deliver all the salads.
Yeah, it's like busboy shit. Yeah, that's the best way.
When some old lady shits herself in the bathroom,
I gotta clean it.
And like, yeah, exactly. Like,
Oh, really? Oh, so like
gotta
janitor
clean it.
shit too? No.
actually,
everything.
me and Bryce have to
Busboy
clean
slash
it.
janitor.
Yeah.
I mean, busboy and janitor, like peanut butter or jelly.
Yeah, but I'm a girl.
Same fucking thing. Yeah.
So
yeah,
bus girl.
I don't know what the
Bus girl.
What's the girl? What's the girl?
Hostess.
Name for
I'm a hostess.
I think the term is whore.
that? Yeah. Oh, yeah, true. The kitchen's bitch. You know.
Heyo, I'm back. We had a little technical malfunction. Not really. We talked for another hour and a half with my Jesus Christ, I keep fucking saying that. My girlfriend's brother and sister. And she showed up for a little bit too later. But we were pretty much just talking about like fucking random bullshit like pizza delivery and a bunch of boring shit like the conversation you just heard. And we almost got into an interesting conversation. My girlfriend's brother, the guy I was talking to, his name is Dylan. He was our special guest. He's incredibly good with computers, and ever since he was like a little kid, was able to like hack Xbox and shit. And so we started talking about that and how he learned to do that, and how he got kicked off of YouTube pretty much his YouTube channel got taken down because he was just like, it was all videos on like how to hack. We were trying to get into that conversation, but then a bunch of birds flew by, and we both got really distracted because it was like a shit ton of birds. It was like 1,000 fucking birds. It was like a sign of the apocalypse. A lot of birds. So anyway, I'm actually back finishing this podcast now, because it's the very long podcast, which I decided to name it. So I want to make sure it's very long. It's actually tomorrow, which is today. But I started the podcast yesterday, and then I listened to it today, and I was like, holy shit, I sound like a fucking idiot. So I gotta clear some things up here. I don't know shit about North Korea or the Soviet Union or any of those things, obviously. So please don't take this as anything I say as historical fact, because I have no fucking clue what I'm talking about. And I also have no idea what I was talking about when it came to penicillin. I guess it's not illegal because a bunch of people in the 80s were getting like dick cancer from it. And it was because apparently like penicillin changes, or like antibiotics can like adapt if we use them too much, so we can't use them too much. So that actually makes perfect fucking sense. Just goes to show, maybe do some fucking research before you get all pissed off and yell about it on a podcast. Anyway, I'm back on the podcast. Now it's yesterday. Well, it's tomorrow from what was tomorrow yesterday. And that yesterday was tomorrow from the tomorrow before that. Which, if you're listening to this now, it's not today at all for you. Or even tomorrow. It was yesterday or a few days before that this happened. Doesn't matter. It's fucking beautiful outside. I'm sitting in my car early in the morning, cracking a beer like a goddamn American citizen. And the fucking leaves are stunning, dude. This is one of the best Octobers I think we've had in a long time. The wind blows and it's just like fucking red and golden leaves flying everywhere. It's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. I'm happy I live in this area. I don't know if I could live anywhere else in the country. Something about New England is just a lot better. Well, anyway, if you're listening, you know that I start off the podcast smoking a joint and drinking a beer. And then halfway through, I was also smoking a joint and drinking a beer. Well, I'm rolling a joint right now, and I'm drinking a beer. Some things don't change, folks. Some things just don't change. I got nothing to talk about still. I've had 2 days to figure out a topic. And I haven't really figured it out. What the fuck have I even been doing? I came home last night trying to do some spooky shit with Courtney and her sisters. It came off kind of weird. What I mean is it's like Halloween time, so I wanted to do something like Halloween related. I suggested that, hey, let's go. Oh, do I have a joint in here? Nice. Fuck it, I'm just gonna roll a blunt. I suggested that we should watch a scary movie first of all, and then we should go to a graveyard, because this town has like the scariest fucking graves. I'm pretty sure John Adams is buried in this town. But it's fucking... The graveyards here are fucking terrifying. They're really old and really fucking scary and, like, secluded in the woods and shit. So I was like, we gotta go walk around one of those, so... My girlfriend was starving, so we went to Panda Walk first, and then after that we went to a graveyard in the middle of the night. I'll admit that it was pretty fucking scary. I'm a grown-ass man, but I was fucking a little nervous. And I was like, let's get out of the car and walk around. They're like, no, I don't want to do that, and they're all scared too. So I was like, I'll fucking get out of the car and walk around. I got out of the car and walked around. I wish something spooky happened that I could tell you about. Nothing really spooky happened. It sounded like people were walking around all around you, because you can't see, but it's just the leaves. That's what I love about fall, is like... If you go out at night, or you go into a graveyard, do something spooky, if the leaves are crisp enough, it sounds just like you're being followed. It's really fucking scary. So yeah, and I came home and I fucking watched a movie and hit the sack. What the fuck kind of movie did I watch last night? Oh, I watched Silence of the Lambs. I told my girlfriend, I was like, I really want to, watch a horror movie. And I saw Silence of the Lambs was free, and I was like, oh, shit, this is a great movie. And she's like, oh, is it gory? And I was like, a little bit. She's like, I'll watch it. And I'm so foolish. Every single night, I'm like, I want to watch a movie. You want to watch a movie with me? She's like, yeah, I am down. Like, whenever she's like, yeah, I do want to watch a movie. I'll watch it with you. I get excited thinking she's actually going to watch the movie with me. Like, finally, this is the time that my girlfriend is going to sit down. We're going to watch a movie. She's going to pay attention to the movie and enjoy it. And she's not going to fall asleep 10 minutes into it. And what do you think happened, folks? Right about before she even met Hannibal Lecter, fucking my girlfriend's snoring. Maybe I shouldn't say that on the podcast. She doesn't snore. She sleeps like an angel. But I knew she was asleep because she stops talking. And I look over and I'm like, oh. You are gone. And I'll say, are you asleep? And then she'll wake up and go, no. And then she would immediately just drift back off to sleep. And so I've only ever watched movies by myself, folks. I have nobody to watch movies with, and it's very frustrating. So if there's anybody out there that wants to watch a movie with me, give me a call. You can come over to my girlfriend's house and watch a movie while she sleeps. You can watch a movie with me while she sleeps in the bed. Nothing sexual. Alright? Maybe. I'd be like, Courtney, wake up. We're watching a scary movie. We need you to go get the olive oil. So we can butt fuck. Holy moly! Where'd my paper go? Oh, it's right there. Yep, I'm super excited. I'm gonna be in a short movie about a doctor. I think I could probably talk about it on the podcast. It's not like it's fucking gonna ruin the release. It's about I play a neurosurgeon, which I think is kind of interesting because I don't think I look like I could be a doctor at all. But I play a neurosurgeon who is addicted to alcohol and then has like a meltdown, has to quit because he like attacks a dog, he attacks his girlfriend's cat. And stabs it in the eye. And then he wakes up, he's like, I gotta quit, and he quits alcohol, but then he starts hallucinating his eye everywhere. And long story short, shit goes south at the end. Everything seems alright. And then at the very end, you're like, oh wait. Shit is not alright. It's not alright. In fact, it's bad. I lose my mind and I stab myself in the face and pull my eye out. Now that's sensitive information as far as the movie goes, but it's a short film, and I don't think anyone's even listening up to this point on the podcast. And if you are listening up at this point on the podcast, I will give you $50. This is not a joke. If you are listening at this point in the podcast, call me and say pumpkin. Just say the word pumpkin. And also tell me that you heard it on this podcast so I know that you're not just saying pumpkin. I'm giving you $50 for no reason. And I will give you $50. If you're still fucking listening, I will give you $50. I'm not kidding. I know earlier I said I'd suck your dick, and that sounded like a joke. I was a little half serious about that too. But I will give you fucking maybe $40 because I only have 20, so I feel like it'll be easier to change. So I'll give you $40, and if I have a 10, I'll give you 50. if you're listening up to this point in the podcast. And I'll give you another fucking $30 if you send me a couple questions to answer for the next one. I'm trying to spice this up, folks. I'm trying to make this interesting. It's really therapeutic for me to sit here and, like, talking to the microphone. I was doing it yesterday. I was like, you know, after I stopped recording, I was like, that was pretty fucking therapeutic. I might actually be able to, I might actually just do this and not care if anyone's listening. But if you are listening, holy shit, have I got a fucking surprise for you. I know who shot Trump. I know who shot Trump. I actually don't. I don't know the name of that kid. I'm pissed off that he's dead, though. Hold on now, before you try to interpret what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I'm pissed off that he couldn't, like, come out and be like, oh, fuck, the CIA was emailing me and telling me to fucking assassinate Trump. Or, like, you know, I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying, you know, something fucking happened. And I want to know why he did, like, what the motive was. And he's dead, so we will never know. And he died in a way that's, like, kind of, to me, I would call that extremely suspicious. I think most of us would call that extremely suspicious. Like I said before, I'm not a fucking political person. I don't give a shit about politics. The only reason I like politics and I pay attention to them at all is so I can make fun of them and make jokes out of them. That's the only thing I really enjoy doing in my life. But some things are just fucking obvious to me. I'm gonna call a spade, and a shovel a spade as well. I'm gonna call it how I see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are the fucking chances that this kid crawled up on a roof in a t-shirt with a fucking AR-15 and licked off 3 shots at the president, the former president, without getting caught? And then when he did get caught, they're like, oh, let me just take him out immediately because I have a perfect line of sight on him because this is the area I'm supposed to be guarding, and there's obviously a sniper on the roof. I don't know. I don't understand it. It's like, what's the point of security? You know? If that wasn't some kind of setup, then your security is mentally retarded. I know it's not okay to say mentally retarded. Well, I'm from fucking New England. We say retarded up here. It's funny. It's not funny because retarded... Obviously, I care about retarded people. Shit. Now I feel bad because I'm saying in that context. I feel bad for people with special abilities. Or disabilities. I don't feel bad for people with special abilities. I feel... If you have a special ability, that's pretty cool. But if you have a special disability, you know, I feel for you. That doesn't mean that if my friend's acting like an idiot, I'm still going to call him retarded. I'm still going to say that's retarded. You know? Just like I say that's gay. It doesn't mean I don't like gay people. It just means I'm an asshole. And that's how I speak, you know? So if you got a problem with it, come fucking suck my balls, you fucking homo. I don't give a shit. Also, I just don't understand. I don't understand why everyone gets so fucking offended by everything. Just like, you're such a pussy. Calm down. If someone came up to me and looked at me and was like, you're an ugly piece of shit, you fucking dumb honky bastard. Your grandfather probably died in a Confederate fucking, Confederate battle because you're racist and you're a fucking stupid, short, small dick having piece of shit. I would say, alright, and continue on with my day. You can only allow a word to hurt you as much as you allow yourself to be hurt by something, you know? And the reason that people get mad and stuff, it's not because they're actually offended. They think they are because they convince themselves of that. It's because they're looking for a purpose and meaning in their life. They're looking for it's the same part of your brain that's like when you drive when you're driving down the road, you like see a house, like imagine saving a puppy and a baby. Am I the one that does that? You just like imagine if the house is on fire and you're like, I ran in there and saved a puppy and saved a baby. Or like, you know, you just ever have those fantasies about like saving someone's life or like just, you know, doing something great and courageous and like making yourself feel like your life's worth living. That's why people are out here saying the number 4 is racist. Like, that's why they're doing that, because they want to be out here being like, they want people to see them as like an important activist, like doing something important with their time, making a difference. And they want to also be able to be like, there's many, many selfish reasons, but one of them is that they want to be able to be like, well, I'm doing this, and what are you doing? You're not doing anything, and I'm doing this. And that's the same thing as like, I tell people I'm not going to vote. And they're like, well, you can't do that. It's just as bad as voting for Donald Trump or voting for the Kamala or whatever. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not just as bad as that. Yes, it is. Statistically. Shut the fuck up. It's not just as bad as that. I just don't understand people's fucking mindsets. It's like, don't take your life so fucking seriously. Like, if you're out there in the street with a pussy hat on screaming at me about fucking whatever, or I'll do the other side too, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not fucking politically affiliated. The liberal people piss me off just as much as Republicans piss me off. But, if you're out there on the street with a fucking Confederate flag screaming at black people, you know, where are your kids? Where's your family? What are they doing? Are they home, happy, or no? Are you neglecting them so you can go do stupid shit? Like, how are your friends? How's your job? How are other things in your life that you might think are important? How are those things? While you're out here fucking swinging dildos around and saying that white people are racist. Or vice versa. I'm not using that word right, that phrase right. Or on the other side, you know, swinging dildos around saying black people are fucking criminals. Like, whatever side you're on, go home. You're a fucking idiot. You are a fucking idiot. Just go home. Let's think about things logically. Something's wrong with the environment. What's the best thing to do about that? Let's throw some fucking soup on the Mona Lisa. No. Because that makes the cause that makes you look worse. Now people that were like, oh, I wonder if I should help the environment or not, they see that and they're like, oh, those people are assholes. I'm not going to help the environment. No, you should help the fucking environment. We should do something about the fucking environment. This is actually something I've been passionate about for a long time. But I don't talk about it anymore because of these people that fucking like block the road and throw soup on fucking the Mona Lisa. You're an idiot. You're literally, I genuinely care about the fucking environment. I've got an argument with a lot of people about how we need to focus on renewable energy and shit. I'm passionate about it. But I don't talk about it anymore. Because I don't want to be associated with these fucking idiots that are only doing it because they're selfish and they want people to see them as like the next fucking Martin Luther King. If I was a dictator, these people would be fucking eliminated. In the great words of Bill Burr, if I was a dictator, these people would be eliminated. That's a horrible thing to say. That's a terrible thing to say. You said the same fucking shit. And you've meant it. I'm saying it as a joke, you fucking piece of shit. You've been like, oh, these Trump supporters, I wish I could just fucking kill them. Yeah, shut the fuck up, you fucking piece of shit. I hate all of you. All of you equally. Even the Trump supporters. I don't hate you because you're a Trump supporter. Let me make this very clear. I love all of you as much as I hate all of you. It's not that I hate you. It's that I hate what you do and how you think. And how you are. You make me angry. I make myself angry. You know, I'm not perfect myself. But I'm constantly striving to get better. I'm going to smoke this joint. And drink this beer at 11 o'clock in the morning because I'm a piece of shit. But you know what? Who am I hurting? Absolutely fucking nobody. Absolutely fucking nobody. It's a beautiful goddamn day. I'm having a great time. The sun is shining. Trees are great. It smells amazing out here. It's fall time, my favorite time of the year. My joint's going out. My fucking car's gonna smell like kush. Stale weed. Yep. It's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful day. I don't know what all you folks are doing out there today, but look outside. Look outside, take a deep breath. Think about the fact that this is your only day. This is your only opportunity to experience today. You'll never get another opportunity. In fact, there will never, ever be another opportunity for anybody to experience today. So if you don't do it, if you choose not to, I'm going to come to your house and fuck you in the ass. And then you're going to say, you know what? I did something with my day. I was going to stay inside and waste the day away, but then Josh came over and fucked me in the ass. I wonder if I can get in trouble. Like, he threatened me on a podcast. I was listening to his podcast and he said he was going to rape me. I really hope some fucking sensitive ass person listens to my podcast and tells me I'm a racist. See, that would make for a good second podcast. I listened to Josh Roy's podcast, and he said he was a racist. I also happen to know that he's a rapist, and he's a horrible fucking person, and he fucking kills children and eats their souls. Hey, I only do 2 of those things. Alright? I am a racist, and I do eat children's souls. But because I'm a racist, I only eat Asian children's souls. I eat them with chopsticks. Give me your soul. Can I get some soy sauce on this soul? Can I get some duck sauce on my soul? It's pretty easy. They come up to me and I'm like, I can get you an A on that next test. I can get you an A on every test for the rest of your life if you just give me your sweet soul. Okay, now I'm actually being pretty racist. I feel like it's okay to be racist towards Asian people because they're just doing better than everybody. Just generally doing better than everybody. You know? Hey, my hands are up. If I'm wrong, if I'm fucking stepping over the line here, let me know. But, like, I'm pretty sure generally Asian people do better than every other race. You know? White people living in trailers. You ever seen an Asian person living in a trailer? Doesn't fucking happen. We gotta smarten up. You gotta smarten out there, you fucking dirty honky bastards. And if you don't know what honky means, it's a racial slur towards white people. So calm the fuck down before you get mad at me and start sending me emails. He said honky, and I'm pretty sure that's something. And those people struggled for a long time, and I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. My fucking family wasn't even from America. My family wasn't even here when slaves existed. You know? Not to say they weren't racist. Sure, one of my grandpas fucking said some fucked up shit at one point. You know what's crazy? I'm related to some fucking dude that makes jam or jelly or something. And he was featured on Family Guy. Because he used to do commercials like back in like the 30s. Completely random fact. Anyway, if you're listening up to this point, I'm very excited. You guys get to hear about our sponsor. Our sponsor for this episode. This episode of the Very Long Podcast is brought to you by the time that John Travolta gently caressed my cheek and told me I was a good boy. No, he said I was a nice boy. That would have been weird if he said I was a good boy. I mean, it was still pretty weird. That's a true story, folks. That is a true story. I was an extra in a movie when I was like 14 with John Travolta and Christopher Plummer. I didn't know who Christopher Plummer was at the time. I knew who John Travolta was. And my dad told me to go up to him and say something about a cheeseburger. You know, the line from Pulp Fiction. What do they call a quarter pounder with cheese in France? A fucking dick nut sandwich. And he laughed. And he rubbed my fucking cheek. And he said, "You're a nice boy." And, you know, I didn't really talk to him after that. Because I didn't want to disturb him. I was trying to be respectful. And they told you not to, like, you know, bother the actors too much. And everybody on the set loved me. Everyone on the set loved me. And, like, all the directors were, like, showing me stuff. Even though the director was, like, super depressed and pissed off the whole time. They were, like, showing me stuff and showing me all this thing. I got to sit next to John Travolta when we were eating fucking spaghetti. I got to play fucking catch with this guy, Ty Sheridan, who I actually liked because I saw him in a movie before. And then when I was in the movie with him, I was like, holy shit, I actually like this actor. At the time, I liked the actor. And so it was exciting to be with him. And I played football with him. Played catch in the hallway. I think he was in a wheelchair. Or maybe I was in a wheelchair. Anyway, I realized later in life that one of the reasons they were all so nice to me, I think, is because I was the only extra there. It was so the movie was the scene was based in a children's cancer hospital, and all of the other child extras were actual child cancer patients, and I was literally the only one that was not. Other than when eventually they said they needed more kids, and my cousins lived nearby, so my dad called my cousins, and they came. They got to be in the movie too. But I'm pretty sure the reason that they were being so nice to me and showed me, like, giving me the fucking first class service is because they thought I was dying of cancer. And ironically, I was actually the only one that wasn't dying of cancer. Not quite yet. I did smoke a lot of cigarettes. I haven't smoked in a couple of days here, so I'm trying to stop. But I'm smoking a joint right now. That's different. That is fucking different, boys.